Hey y'all, welcome to another video. This is April 23rd. The last time I made a video, the contractors and the fundis in Swahili, what we call them, had already started excavating the foundation and they were making tremendous progress. This is a video that you've probably seen on the channel, and I was kind of like blown away by how much they had been able to do in just about 2 days after we had broken ground. So yeah, a lot of progress in a very short amount of time. As you can see, all the work that is being done on this project is being done by hand. We didn't have a lot of space, so we didn't have room to bring in an excavator. And one good thing about building in Kenya, you can be assured that you can find affordable labor that is going to be able to first of all, not break the bank, and who are good enough that they will be able to get your project done in a timely manner, like once again, not breaking the bank. And off note, I have to apologize on the quality of the videos. These videos were sent over WhatsApp, so some of the image quality has been degraded during the transmission of this video. And as you can see here, my sister is walking around the entire perimeter of the building and showing how much work has been done on the foundation through April 23rd, 2024. And this is 3 days after. Here she's showing an image of the subfloor steel cage, because the way the structural engineer has set that subfloor steel cage would lay all along the trenches that have been dug for the foundation and will form the frame for the column. On April 25th, I wanted to take a minute and let y'all know why the foundation was being dug so deep. One of my requests to the architect was we needed to have a house that has to be flat. No stairs, especially on the ground floor, because we are building or designing a home that will be occupied by an aging parent. And if you recall from the last videos, my old childhood home had about 6 different types of stairs, and we were not going to have that this time around. On the 27th, we received the materials to be used on the foundation, and because we didn't have a lot of space on the site, it had to be poured on the road, but these guys had to like shovel it and push it to the side of their property for later use.
What? Umepotelea hapo ndani?
I want to take a quick pause here and appreciate how deep this foundation is. If you look at the topographical survey that's attached, the property had a gradient of about 5 to 6%. So some of the areas were going to be deeper than others. And in this section, my sister talking to this guy was almost 6 foot tall, and he was completely swallowed in the foundation. And like I mentioned, my instructions to the engineers and the architect were clear. I wanted a house with a flat floor. I did not want any sunken stairs, any sunken or elevated areas of the home, especially on the ground floor, because we were building this house for an aging parent. I want the entire first floor or ground floor to be absolutely flat. No steps, nothing in there. And in the next video I'm about to queue up, you will see why. Congested, steps everywhere, step. That's the second step. Third step. Fourth, fifth, sixth step. So the storage units, all storage, all this gonna need to come down. Here we are 10 days later on April 29th. We received materials, the rocks and stone that was gonna be used on the sub foundation. And we also received delivery of the cement that we're gonna be using, of course, to mix all this. And as you can see on these videos, I apologize again, these were all shot in portrait mode. And I've tried to zoom them in, try to capture the best quality possible. Some of the videos are gonna be in landscape mode, which fits the YouTube format, but once again, I apologize. As you can see on this April 29th, the contractors or the builders are still kind of doing the finishing touches before they set out building the foundation and trying to make sure everything is ready before they start pouring on the foundation. On April 30th, we started working on the subfloor, meaning before any metal goes down, they poured a small layer of concrete that's going to be sitting at the very, very bottom of the ground. On May 3rd, the concrete that had been poured on the subfloor was kind of cured enough for them to lay down the metal cages. As you can see in this picture, this metal cage was going to be used as an anchor for the columns that are going to be standing to support this entire building. The structural engineer did a very wonderful job. Foundation and the placement of the columns on this house. We are going to have about 20 columns all throughout the foundation. And specifically, I wanted to look at exactly how these columns are going to be made. I have shown a video that is, depicting how they set up the columns. If you look at the subfloor, some of these columns are going to have a metal cage, and then they're going to be built up from the subfloor before you get to the ground floor. So anytime you're doing any type of construction, the greatest investment you're going to have in this construction is how good the foundation has been, created and developed. Because without a strong foundation, the structure that comes up is absolutely useless. So as you can see here, a lot of time has been, taken to detail, the location of some of these columns, the location of the beams, and also the design of the beams and structures like that. So this is the subfloor, and then this is going to be built out. Here we're going to pour the foundation itself. So between the subfloor, which is 300 millimeters right here, we're going to have a build out from the ground of approximately 500 millimeters, and then a good foundation pour. Then of course this is the ground floor, and then this is upstairs. And when you look further down, we are also going to make sure that the entire house is going to have a retaining wall. This is a retaining wall that's going to go around the property fence. It's going to go all the way around to the top, and it's going to follow this house all the way. So a lot of detail and a lot of time has been put in trying to make sure that the foundation is stable, and that once the foundation is set, building out the retaining wall to make sure that this structure does not come crumbling down. And as you can see, the subfloor has been set, the metal cages have been put down, the columns have been anchored down based on the structural engineer's drawings, and they are now going to start building a small little box so that they can pour the subfloor concrete, which is going to be used as the basis to start building up the foundation with some of the stone that had been delivered.